Hello and welcome to the final episode of the Godplane After Show. Y'all made it! You lived!
I mean, I guess.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I'm happy. I don't know about you guys.
Of course you're happy.
Somebody is feeling away. Okay.
How could you? Number one, how dare you?
Yes. It's the only question we have.
Did you
Carrie
expect
was like,
anything
I want to make it clear.
different?
I want to make it clear. Are we? I'm like, Carrie, I got you. I so got you. Don't even worry.
Traitor. How?
One word. Diabolical.
That was so perfect, though. Like,
It
I was
was.
like, oh, yeah. Okay.
They just wanted more, you know?
We can fix them with the power of friendship.
Apparently not.
No, don't do the we can fix them. That never
People have
works
to
out.
wanna be
Okay.
People
I
have to wanna
even
be
left them
fixed.
a room they could do anything they wanted with, and they were like, you know what I want to do with it?
Play with
Nothing.
the cat. Fuck you guys.
You
I'm
know,
leaving.
Lancelot's actually pretty cool.
How dare you? That's my patron.
I have to tell you, that is the worst part about all of this. Like, the ultimate betrayal. This whole game, I'm like, should I be friends with this cat? Dylan's like, do not be friends
No.
with the cat.
No,
No.
like, because I want to be friends with the
No.
cat.
Who's
Fine.
best friends with the cat? Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
my gosh.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I am.
Mm.
That was a good move, though. It was pretty great.
That was baller. That was good.
I was like, nah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great.
Worst.
This is gonna be great.
No. I'll never get over it. I'm gonna be
So,
salty. the next
Candace,
time
are
me
you
and
more
Karen
mad
go
at
together.
Kay or are you
betrayal.
more mad at me?
I don't even know because it was a concerted effort, so I think everyone's just like in the shitter right now. We'll see. Again, ask me in the morning. Maybe
Alright.
I'll feel better about it.
I'll text you
What's
first thing.
funny is Candace was like, I'm gonna be mad. I have theories and I think I'm gonna be mad. And I'm like, if you're mad, it's not gonna be because of me.
So
When did you
true.
plan this? Is what I'm wondering.
It's been building
Ruthless.
for a while. It's been we've been talking about it for at least 2 episodes.
What?
Uh-huh.
Trixes. Don't like
Yeah.
it.
I can't believe this. I am blindsided. I did not expect this.
No.
I wasn't super surprised, but I loved the way that it happened. That I was just like, yeah, okay. And even the Dylan's dialogue in this one, when we were kind of still like heady with the win, I was like, okay, all right, interesting. But yeah, that was great.
And
Thursday's
Bo calling it, saying like, "You're the other foot." It's so
Yeah.
true.
I
Yep.
knew it.
I was like, poker face, don't react.
I knew it. Oh, you don't like the squishy penguin? Oh, you need more
You're evil.
than anything you could possibly want and imagine?
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, well,
How dare you? How dare you? We're besties.
name that cat Lucifer? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's why.
Mhm.
Mhm.
The tempting. It's the tempting is why.
100%.
I don't know. Kay and David, how are y'all feeling?
Yeah.
I'm a little sad no one took the deal. Or took the but
I
wasn't even close.
I
was
thought
never
about
gonna
it, but I
pick
had
the
a better deal.
I knew that it would be tempting enough, but I was just like, it was one of those like, it was really one of those like weighing the balance of okay, but what could you do versus yeah.
it's
I gotta tell
it
you, for,
literally is about how attached were you. You know, were characters who were more attached to their old life. And you all were like, I'm good. Like I was working on it. I'm like, I think they'll all be meaningful and I think they'll be emotional. I don't know that I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
It's good. That was very good.
But I'm not surprised. Little
Big
sad
Bo
of
can't say
myself.
no to bigness.
I mean, Big Bo is best Bo.
Big Bo.
Big Bo is definitely best Bo.
I mean, if you had been like, your parents are there, and also all of your friends. They're not really your friends. They're different friends, but they're yours. Bo would have been like,
'Cause I had a whole setup where it could have been a waterfall effect of like if Bo took it, you were to go and work with the monks, and then Bastian was gonna like work with the Dreaming God and be the voice and
Oh.
be part of that. And then Phineas, like Dylan was could have been an advisor, so it, like everyone could have come back together very easily. But
Oh.
but as mortals, and why would you be mortals when you can be a demigod? But you know,
Ew,
I gotta
gross.
throw that
Yeah.
last. I've got to throw that last, like, it's a little bit of a temptation, but it's also you can see how far your character has come, right? Because Phineas was given the chance for all of that, all of the revenge. It was like,
Yeah, the Nightmare offered it at a better time than the Dreaming God did, and even then it was like, eh.
but also, like, let's be honest, it's a child god, so they're making their best educated guess, but they're a kid.
Best educated guess, but like 3rd grade math level.
My theory was wrong.
Do I get to know your theory? Are you going to share, or is that sharing
Yeah.
off recording?
I'll share it. I wrote it down because I wanted to gloat if I was right. I was like ready to be like, "Wah!
Smart move.
I knew it!" But it's wrong. So, my theory was that we're just all characters in an actual child's dream, and that when that kid woke up, that would be the end of the game.
Yeah, I was
mean-
kind of
That's why
wondering if
things,
there
like,
was gonna
don't
be
really
a,
make
and then you
sense.
woke up.
Yeah,
Same, because they reinforced, much reinforcement in the story notes and in the story dialogue of, like, everything you know is part of a dream, and then the explanation, I'm like, okay. And then when the Dreaming God showed up, I'm like, wait, are they here awake, or are they here dreaming? Like, what the fuck? Oh, shit.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Mhm.
And that's ultimately the thing. Like, you are technically correct. The Dreaming God is still asleep.
Mhm.
So every universe connected to the Dreaming Realm and the Dreaming Realm are all in the dream. So
Oh,
you know, you're
I feel partially vindicated.
Yeah.
A smidge.
We just haven't gotten to the waking up part yet.
All right. there's
Well,
no,
I mean,
like,
it's
Bobby
coming
doing-
because fucking Dylan's over there making
Yeah.
horrible nightmares.
How dare you again?
I need
Dylan's
Bobby
like,
in the
"I'm
shower
so
right
mad
you
now
wanna
to
wake
get
up."
this over
Cute.
with, okay?
That's what I knew.
9th
Why are
episode,
these
kill
penguins
Dylan.
so cute? I'm like,
Go down the slide, Dylan. No.
that's
Couldn't
a
handle
Grinch
cuteness,
right
yeah.
there. I know a
And Eddie
Grinch when
said
I
he
see
didn't
one.
like his Teddy. You knew he was a no good kid.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you. And you know what happened to him? Freezer. So,
Have you really not seen Rocky Horror?
Oh, not in a long time. I'm just like, what?
wait, is there
Why does
anyone
that
on this
what is
call
like?
who's
Why does
not
that
seen
sound familiar? But I can't quite place it. What?
There it is. Yeah, Meatloaf's
Carrie-
character.
Edit that out on this. Edit that out in post. I don't want people knowing.
Hey, look, let's admit, like it's a touchstone, like but it's also very problematic. So we can just
Yeah.
I will say one of the biggest inspirations for this campaign was Link's Awakening, which now that I've
Wow.
said it, probably makes the whole thing make a lot more sense.
I've never played a Legend of Zelda game except for the very first one.
Uh,
I almost tried to destroy my NES. So
Okay, we're gonna
Oh,
you're
I'm
gonna
familiar
have to
with the
change
story.
that because most of those games are brilliant. But in it, Link shows up in a place, washes up on a beach.
yeah. I was gonna say, like,
Uh-uh,
don't do the thing.
If they
I mean,
know,
I
they
have
know.
I have a GameCube.
I mean,
Is
it on that?
You know,
This is Game Boy.
Oh, I have one of those
But-
too.
It was remade on Switch. And the Switch remake is incredible. They look like toys.
I don't have that.
Well, maybe you can play a little bit of it at PAX because I will bring it. But yes, if you were interested, and I'm gonna say it even if you're not, some of the biggest inspiration for this were Link's Awakening. The song "Iron" by Woodkid is actually what started this whole thing. Some people know this. I tried to tell this story in like 4 different formats. I tried to do it as a short story, I tried to do it as a screenplay. Like I was trying to do it a bunch of ways and I couldn't get the story out. And it was like, no, I want to be a short TTRPG campaign. And that's what it came together. And if you watch the video for Iron, you will see so much imagery that I was like, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And then it's both a book and a VR horror game called Narcosis, which is what happened, like the closets came almost directly out of that. The flower field was very heavily inspired by that game.
I do not like.
What?
I don't know why anyone plays VR horror. I'm just like,
It's
do you want to end your life?
legitimately
I don't
terrifying.
understand. You're shaving like decades off every time you pour it.
Right.
No.
And what you'll be tickled to know is that Kay managed to dream up things that actually are in other places, like in other games, and in other films that Kay had not seen. So like the whole phone thing, both in like the first season and second season, we're in the middle of an episode, we're in the middle of the phone thing, and someone in chat says, "Oh my god, this is like Control," and Kay is like, "Huh?"
Never played Control.
Me either, Kay. It's okay.
And
I have here is my shame. I have never played Control, and yet.
Yep.
But it's a nice pen.
It's a very nice pen.
But yeah, there are many things where viewers have gone, "Oh, this comes from," and even I've gone, I was like, "Oh, so you mean like in," and she's like, "Huh?"
I do get embarrassed that I've not consumed those parts of media, but also
It's okay.
Who has time to consume all of them?
There's too much.
We all
I
work
wish
so
I
much.
did.
We're too busy. The one thing I do want to know, throughout the game, specifically, three of you, is there anything about your characters that was left unsaid that you want to get out, that you want to explain? Anything about your backstories, personalities, anything like that?
Not for Bo.
Or any questions that you have for each other's characters?
Yeah, Bo was laid out. Y'all know all of Bo's secrets. I don't think there's a single, like, no.
Biggest,
Yeah.
sweetest open book.
Yeah.
This was
I
Dylan's
said to
origin
Kay.
story.
Guileless.
Nice.
True. Oh my
That's
God.
Bo.
I said to Kay and David, I was like, is Bo just gonna end up being like the actual most pure out of all of us? No hidden anything? And I'm like, yeah, Bo is just pure.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bo made a mistake.
Bo's number one enemy is Bo.
Yeah.
BBEG. Me.
Mhm.
In
like the
most
Why you gotta
innocent
come at
way,
me like
though.
that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
was
went
like,
far
Kay,
harder in
Kay.
Phineas than I'd ever gone.
Mhm.
Oh,
This is
oh no.
This is all about my character. It's really great. You should know all these things. Here's all the things I should know. And Kay's like, that's great. We're making a show about flawed people. What's wrong with her? I'm like,
Right.
didn't
That
you
was the
read all
thing, I'm
stuff
like,
I
oh.
said though. Didn't you read it? She's not great. Bo's like Kay's like, I don't know. Bo seems pretty great. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I have to give you all the dark stuff. Here's the dark stuff. I thought I was
Like-
implying it, that she's a deeply broken person.
Aw.
Yeah, look,
Actually say it. out loud.
Yeah, you got it. You got to give me a little bit more, and then I can start and play. I think, humble brag, like I think I did a decent job of going through and like picking out. Oh, this will, and then this will be.
plus.
But when I haven't played with your character yet, when they're just on paper, sometimes I need a little bit more direction.
Mhm.
Can't you see? She's so annoying because she doesn't believe in herself, but she's gigantic. If anyone can do it, it's her.
And again, this is why we're in the house and there's all the trials and everyone's like, a horrible thing. And Bo's like, it's just me feeling good about myself. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what Bo needed. I'm sorry. Bo needed to feel good about herself. The rest of you all needed some info or a smackdown. Bo needed to feel good about herself.
Bo just wanted
Fine.
some friends.
Aw.
That's
And she
all.
got
Bo
them.
just needed some friends.
Listen,
I am
Kay was like, I'm gonna
curious.
meet. That means that fucking Vasal's gonna be extra mean. Anybody who doesn't, who needs a
Saul was
friend,
already extra mean.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
not to Dylan.
They understood each other. I don't know what you want me to say.
So funny. It's really
whatever. We almost thought Dylan was dead, so it's fine.
true.
Like,
Multiple times.
oh, I do want to know how Fiona became Peppa. Like, how was the soul put into Peppa?
So that part of the backstory was never really written. It was more left
Even better.
fairly ambiguous. So essentially what had led, at least from I'll refer back to Peppa's memory. So when they were, there was essentially, of course, a war between the undead and the Rippers, basically the Weaver. And there was like a nearby large town that was there that was basically the battalion that was brought into with the Rippers. So they all fought against the undead together because it was a risk for all of them. And essentially, Layla was part of the huge skirmish as well with Fiona. And there was Necromancer, which most likely in that case was Tazik on the other side. And threw a beam of some sort of magic towards Layla, but Peppa intercepted, and then when Peppa woke up was a doll, and had kind of assumed the Weaver saved them in that instance. The first thing that they encountered was a giant spider that they had to fight, which is where they got the leg crochet hook thing, and they just kept kind of going on and slowly losing bits and pieces of their soul through the weapons that they threw. If Peppa had not been able to, like, made that deal with the cat to be able to speak slowly over the campaign until Peppa was able to take over another body, Peppa would have lost the ability to speak freely and would just start slowly speaking only in, like, drawstring phrases.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
I like that I could throw a lot of stuff at Carrie, but Peppa is all it takes to make Carrie, like, ready to move out.
No, mushy eyes. No thanks. That being said, like, Dylan and Peppa had so many, like, good moments too. I'm like, how that? I don't know. I'm terrified of you, but I'm gonna protect you. I don't know. Don't know.
Originally, I was gonna make them a much more, I think, creepy in general, but they turned out to be just really sweet and very sad.
That for me is the weirdest thing about, because I like hearing Candace. Like, I also had to go back and I think make Phineas a worse person because I'm just not used to that. But the fact that we made all of these deeply flawed, weird ass characters, and within like 2 episodes, we were already like the sweetest family. Like, this is a horror game. Oh, nice. Yeah, we know, but also not.
No,
like,
I you know, trauma
family.
bonding is a thing.
And as Candace had said, with Peppa's story and Bastion's story, it just becomes a trans story at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, let's go.
Favorite. Yeah. You all, I was literally going back to, like, pull notes and characters and, like, reference things for this final episode, and I'm like, that had to be, like, episode, like, 2. That was, like, 3 episodes ago? Seriously? Like, even... I wrote the darn campaign, and I'm like, they covered so much ground. Yep. They've grown so much already.
The one thing I did want to know about Phineas is, how did they originally end up with the family?
They were swapped in. So yeah, Phineas was like, just like, it was a normal, like, okay, they were born, but a changeling swapped in the other baby, basically. So all of a sudden, oh, you have twins, because the midwife we normally use is not around for some reason, and nobody knows who this midwife is, but she was available. So it's like, zoop, now you got 2 twin babies. So the only form Phineas had ever, before being discovered, the only form Phineas had ever used was to essentially identically copy that of the brother. And that's when I was like, okay, so that's what twins, just like super identical twins, weirdly identical twins. And then when I had to come up with an actual name for Phineas as a kid, I was like, oh, Damien, because the Omen, obviously. So
yeah, boom, there, right there.
So yeah, and then like that was the main thing. And then I basically, again, like, things that were in the story but didn't have to be specifically written were that, yeah, they basically discovered, okay, something's been messed up here. And I think through our conversations, and we didn't quite get to that point in the story, but I believe our conversations were that Phineas actually killed his twin brother.
that
And we were like, we were in
Yeah,
these
yeah.
moments of getting to that point, and then it was like, it's like either way, it's fine to leave it unsaid. But I'm like, oh yeah, no, Finney's totally marked him. Like,
Amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of that moment, and you know, sometimes as a GM, you're trying to like read the moment, right? And it's like, this is the moment. I feel it, and it's like, are they gonna do it? Are they? Is it? Okay, I'm not sure if I'm forcing it or not, so we're just gonna like.
yeah, I was tempted, and I was like, oh, there's been so much revealed. Do I really want to make everybody hate Phineas this much right now?
I mean,
I don't know if any of us would have.
Yeah, I
liked
should have
it.
said yes. Obviously, I should have leaned into it and said yes. Obviously, it's my bad.
I don't think anyone would have blamed Phineas after the.
It's like, no, you
after
were very
Rachel
much
said, "I
right.
need your brother."
No, Dylan might have liked you more. I don't know.
Do I need villains with me?
That's true.
Wow. All of us just had to go on our villain arc, and Dylan would have been like, I love you guys. Like,
I
Yeah.
knew we were best friends.
If only you said that you murdered your brother, we could have saved him.
I murdered somebody and Dylan didn't like me any better.
Wow.
I mean, eye trauma. That's serious shit.
Mhm.
That is fair.
yeah.
Dylan
yeah.
did not know how to handle your like happiness? Question mark.
You're happy. I hate you.
My
Like, I don't really know what to do with that.
happiness.
people don't feel like
Tentative.
this. This is not real.
Okay, I have a question. What was your favorite part? Like your favorite moment? One moment from all the episodes.
It's difficult. Kay, what's your favorite?
Yeah, that goes to the GMs too.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Ah.
Thinking. That's you posed the question. Do you have to answer first while the rest of us think?
Hold on, I've forgotten the whole thing suddenly.
I
much
will go
pressure.
first. It's an obvious answer. Like, my favorite part, I think, was the first time that we like the first fight was really good because all of us were like, "Oh shit, this is real," right? Like, we got like the kind of shock out of our system. But for me, like, the moment that I was like, "Oh no," was the penguins. Like, that's why I chose to go back to that point, because like Bo is like Bo in her world has been punished and kind of beat down and very much broken. When she, I guess that's like the secret, but like after Bo gets taken from her home forcibly because she like refuses to leave, she gets put into an institution, and she's there for a long time until she's rehabilitated and has kind of like worn away all of like the rage and the anger and the sadness and like all that emotion, which is why when you meet her, she's like very skittish because all she's really got like are her buildings, and the buildings fall no matter like what she does. Like, libraries will stand, some, you know, she doesn't really do houses, she more does like kind of grand structures, but most of them fall that are like in any way religious. So when she like meets everybody for the first time, that's why she's like, I don't trust any of you bitches. Like, fuck you. Leave me alone. I'm fine on my own. So like when Bo gets to like the penguin world, it's like the first time that she feels like, ooh, this is something new, this is something exciting, and like she wants to go like bound and run around and like get on the slide, and like she gets like back to this like childhood version of herself for like the first time in a long time, and is immediately unrewarded for it.
Right, they're trying to eat us, so you know.
Yeah, I think that was my like, that was the moment for me that I was like, fuck this game. Which I love. I love that.
My all-time favorite moment, like I was really wondering if anything would top it, and it's such a good fucking moment. The entire Tazik fight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the thing for me. I was like, this is the best. Also, I got to use counterspell, and it was wonderful. The Tazik fight was where I was like, okay, all right, this is Dylan. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
definitely epic.
in the Tazik fight, but watching Peppa very nearly go villain arc in
Yep.
that,
Yep.
The blooding of Peppa.
that was
It was-
that was
I think that's definitely my favorite part, is just the amount of sass, I think, and just like shit talk that we all gave to Tazik, and just absolutely dunking on her was fantastic. But I love the like stories for each of us in that house. each kind of these very emotional, kind of moving moments for our individual characters, and those kind of causing, or at least starting the wheels of growth for all of us. And I guess starting Dylan on their villain arc. But it was really fantastic, and I definitely cried at the end of mine because I'm like, no! It was very sad. Fuck you, Layla. But not actually, you have your own autonomy.
Yeah. But also fuck you, Layla.
Yeah.
I liked us being trapped in the little house. I mean now I think it's like the little house that's in the other house, but I liked us being trapped in that stage with completely like WTF type settings and dressings, and it's like I'm like, one of my favorite things is when people lean into the at table roleplay of you are confronted with things that you know what they are, but you are properly playing your characters as opposed to like exaggeratedly, like you're properly playing them as not knowing what the hell a phone is. And then
awesome.
like,
oh my god, that
like,
was
like
I loved watching that. I loved watching that so much.
that was so funny.
I so wished you could have been there, but I'm also so glad that like it was so peek behind the curtain. There was always going to be an eyeball watching, and I very specifically did not say what the color of the eye was. The spotlight was red, but I did not say the color of the eye. And whoever looked at it later, I had asked in the Discord for anyone watching, what's everyone's eye color? And everyone's like, why? How? This is a trap. I don't know how this is a trap. How is this a trap? And I'm like, but the fact that the spotlight turned red, and then Dylan was not there, and then Dylan looked, and Dylan had red eyes, was just like the most beautiful thing, because Dylan could have been there and that eye still would have been red and everyone still would have been like, but the fact that Dylan was not there, just
perfect.
And now you all know why I was saying, I'm like, if anyone has to miss an episode, Dylan, I can really work with this.
Yep. And also, like, not that I'm glad I missed it, but, like, I'm glad that's the one that I missed. I'm glad it was so early on and it wasn't one of these last ones, because that would have sucked.
Yeah. No,
You all were... David, did you want to chime in with a favorite moment before I...
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got somebody with the closet. We almost got somebody with the closet in season 1, and we didn't. We just, and multiple people, all of you can pack in there. And one of the things I love most about the house is all of the closed doors, because and you guys didn't realize it at the time, but you guys walked past and actually saw other people's trials in the house. And then a lot of those closed doors also represents future and past closed trials. And also Tazik, you have to understand, I hate Tazik. Over the course of my life, I have written hundreds of characters, and Tazik is in the top 10 of like, I will choke this person if I ever meet them in real life. And Kay and I worked on her, but I wrote a lot of like the journal entries, a ton of the lore is all stuff I wrote, and every second of it I was just like, fuck this person, just hit them with the wrench, they are the worst. And like Kay would watch me just get increasingly incensed as I like submitted journal entry after journal entry. And so the delight with which all of you killed Tazik, 10 out of 10.
Also, we were a little short on time, and it wasn't completely relevant, so we skipped over it. But there was a journal entry that y'all didn't get to, that was talking about the 4 companions for Tazik, and like I said, they're characters from our home game, and my character is a paladin of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, the FSM, and Tazik is such a prick that hated the name Flying Spaghetti Monster. It was clearly dumb. And so wrote it Ephisem, Effesem. So you'd be hearing Ephisem, Ephisem, Ephisem.
Oh my goodness.
And then
Wow.
Yeah, they were picked. Also, I want to, I don't want, but I want to add on, if I have to do a backup second favorite, it was turning on the timer in the flower field and watching you all wish
That
Absolutely.
Look, when you put a timer in front of players, we all just go very stupid. We're just like, what do we do?
Like, I don't know what's going-
I know
I
nothing.
don't
I
know.
do nothing.
Head empty.
I run, I guess.
Even
It was
if
the
you
most
didn't, like,
messed up
damage
joy
us.
I have experienced in a very long time.
Kay
didn't
called me
damage
in
us.
to test that out on the overlay, and so I show up and she just puts it on the screen, and I was like, "Yes, yes, get him!"
This is very stressful. Do it.
Do
Like,
it.
even if you didn't do anything to us and you're just like, okay. And just like reset the clock. It's like, wait, what? What's happening? What's going
Right,
on? I feel
right.
Hit
It
0,
was-
rolls, nod, reset the clock.
Yeah, it's like, no. So I need to put timers in front of my players now.
It is, or hourglasses also work really
Yeah,
well.
I
for
have an
playing
hourglass,
physically.
I love
It's
it.
really fun.
I have an IRL GM that does that to us, but he counts. And it's like 50%
no.
like panic, but 50% like mom being disappointed, timeout as well. Like it's really bizarre. So like we're sitting there and it's like kobolds are coming. What do you do? And when someone's like, 5, 4, 3, I'm like, what? I hide.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
It's horrible.
So just a couple fun little factoids I'm going to throw out because I feel like they were clear, but also I know the lore because I wrote it.
Yeah.
So Vassal was originally a monk, and her class changed to fit the needs of the Dreaming God, so she became a wild magic barbarian. And her name was Anuro. But after she lived the lives of all the heroes, and after seeing so many, like her mind kind of broke, and she simply became a vessel. So she was Vassal.
Maybe.
This game is also created to be Ravenloft compatible. So if you go back and you watch the first season, the nightmare is purple and the cat is pink. And every time the story ends, they trade places. It is a forever cycle.
Oh.
And Vassal is the Dark Lord, needing to constantly prove that she's up there. And if it is a Ravenloft game, if it's a game you're bringing people in for Ravenloft, there is no Dreaming God. This is just this quest that this broken woman has put on herself.
Whoa.
Interesting.
And also now that you guys have finished it, you can see why when Kay was like, okay, we have to write this up for publication, I was like, but what do we do? Because so much of what makes Godplane good is not just what the player, not just the players playing, but your characters and their backstories and their decisions and how all of that impacts the game. Like after episode 2, Kay and I had, I think on a Saturday morning, we started the discussion of how episode 8 was going to go for all of you. Because so much of it centered on you guys and what you decided and how what direction you grew.
Yeah, if Phineas had stayed very, very focused on revenge, which they did, like they wavered, right? But I was like, that's not, Ryan's not going super hard that way. But then like Dylan was like, I mean, I'm here,
I'll
I'm
do it.
queer, and I'm
here to become a villain.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't
I'm
think
here, I'm queer, and I'm bored.
right. It's like
And
I
I
don't.
hate
That's my
everything.
everyday, Carrie. God.
Yeah, Carrie just
And
just
I don't
cosplayed
think
as
the
an herb.
villain-
have seen Herb play Cult of the Lamb, so yes, I'm familiar with that villain arc.
Let's murder all these people.
Please don't murder us. We're just here. Whack, whack, whack. But yeah, like
Stress relief.
came into the game with a rough thought of what the ending arc might be for each of you, and then had like spent a bunch of time revising it and like, yeah. I hope I stuck the landing. I hope y'all are happy with how the story ended outside of the obvious.
Absolutely.
100%. And I feel kind of bad because I realized like at the break that I'm like, oh no, Kay probably had something written up on like the back half, and I fucked that all up by saying,
No, you
one cares
absolutely
about
did
you.
not. What's funny is I wrote up a thing for Bastion, and I'm like, David, what do you think? Like, I don't know. Like, complete imposter syndrome. I don't know. And then you messaged me and were like, hey, I think, and I'm like, we're good.
Also, something I think that is very important to point out, like Kay hates running combat. Yeah, it's complicated, it's messy, there's a lot of math. And you know, my strong suit is encounter design and doing all that.
Excellent at it.
What Kay does best is episode 8. The whole first half of that and big sections of the second half were all improv, were all heartfelt, were all just perfectly placed. And that is something that like I sat here and watched it and I was like, that is something that I don't think I could do as a GM on stream, off stream. Landing the plane like that and getting this whole episode and nailing it comes
You
from
have incredible players with incredible stories. It's easy.
but yeah, just I'm never not impressed when Kay does that.
We have already been talking for almost 40 minutes here.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we start.
Right?
I've had a lot to say.
What is
Yeah.
time?
I want to let you all get back to your evenings and like digest what all happened. Any final little things?
I'm gonna miss this table a lot.
I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
you all.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
been a
so
lot of
much
fun.
for playing
Yeah.
with me. And again, like, I cannot stress anyone watching how much A, communication, and B, trust everyone put into this. And you all, I love this story. Love this story.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for
And-
sharing your stories with me.
Yeah, I don't think it said, I don't think it was said enough as to how much while you both built this setting and you kind of established the lore within it, how much of it really relied on you asking us as players about our characters and the way that you were able to weave that into it, to like this flawless for these characters and the previous run of Godplane. And yeah, it's just been a real, it's been fun not only to discover more stuff about my character as I played, because you don't like know everything off the bat, but to discover stuff about other people's characters and know that we were all sort of like building it while the plane was flying is really fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been a blast.
I like
Love
to
y'all.
imagine, because y'all went through all that house, like, and you didn't really share a whole lot about your backstory. So I like to imagine that, like, there were nights over tea and or booze at the Bow Manor where everyone finally dished.
Yes.
Maybe not Dylan, but everyone other than Dylan finally dished.
Dylan's like, you met my mom. I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically that.
That's it.
I got issues.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. You know the kind of fine with the flames.
Mhm.
That fine.
Yep, this is fine.
Dylan's fine, but fine.
Fine, but a problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, so are we. You know, we're like
It's true.
demigods. Like
True.
That is a problem for the Dreaming God to find another champion to go find some other people and deal with when Dylan becomes a real problem. That is not our problem.
Yeah, y'all did not sit down and truly establish worship. So, like, really hard to go from demigod to god.
I mean, I feel like Bastion would basically take over the role of the Weaver at some point, but
Gotta
Just very
establish your, like,
casually.
sea legs first, right?
Yeah.
oh, yeah, very casually just be like, out with you, get out of here.
You're a
I'm the
charlatan
Weaver now."
anyway.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I wanted to do like a nice thing for Peppa, and like your world was fixed.
Thwarted.
That was amazing.
Your Dreaming God doesn't care about you. Fiona's
Favorite
dead.
part.
Right.
Tazik's dead.
Savage.
This literally came in to be a problem and was like, done. I'm out.
But this is like,
Just-
by the way, that never happened. It's like, never mind.
Dylan was
Bye.
like,
Well,
I'm like, I had already like established the setting enough, like it wasn't doom and gloom. So I'm like, I would have given you this if I had known that's where we were going.
I didn't realize we were becoming like demigods and we could go anywhere, so it's just like, oh, let's go here. And then, of course, my dumbass doesn't pick up on cues at all, because I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go find my ex and become everyone's problem.
Right.
Listen,
Don't be
everything
part of
looks
the
fine.
problem.
Fuck
Be the
you
whole
all.
problem.
Bo was like, "Oh, this girl again. I guess I'll go look at some rocks." Like,
Oh,
Bo was
right.
like, I will give all the time. I know that they won't be coming back with me, and that's fine.
JK.
I loved it because, like, even though this new reality, it wasn't gonna happen, it still like, given those same choices again, it would have happened again. So I didn't feel sorry at all. I was like, you go.
Yeah,
You
Kayla.
You tell that person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta confront to heal.
It's true. That's very true.
I'm gonna say, I don't know if anyone picked up on it, and it's so stupid, but little things make me very happy. Dreaming God kept talking about the realms they forgot.
Forgotten
Yeah.
Realms.
I
Yeah.
got that. Yeah, I
Oh my
got that.
god.
It was beautiful, Kay. Good job.
Those are the things that make me happy. So that is going to be our final episode of the after show. Thank you again all for playing. Like, this was literally, like, yes, this was built to be a stream campaign, but it's also kind of a playtest for how can David and I put this adventure out there for people. And
Please do.
I'm so inspired. I want to play with you all again. I don't want to let you go.
Soon, please.
Well, you know where to find us.
Soon,
Exactly.
please.
Yeah, we have to reunite so we can kick Dylan's ass, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, I'm
Right.
so down.
Next
Do
season
it one
on
time.
Godplane.
All of us are
You all
level
just
20.
come up and you're like, Dylan, stop. What?
Stop it.
Phineas has a squirt bottle. No. No.
Stop picking on my friend.
Don't squirt me. Don't
You and Lancelot. Both of you.
Stop it.
Bad person. Bad.
I love it.
Well, we hope you all will come follow the other stories and adventures of these amazing players. Thank you for joining us on this, and signing off for the last time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.